other places and museums, and we have just a lot of things available that excite them, and maybe we assume, well, they've already, that they know what we know, but it's a new experience. And what can parents do as they wait for potential mentors? Say they have not plugged into a program like Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And what can they do?
Well, the first thing they could do is try to find an organization like us. I feel a little bit disconcerted that there's not one in Richmond. I don't think there is one in Dayton. So there's not as many Big Brothers, Big Sisters out here as I would like, which is unfortunate because I can only serve parents in Fayette County, but there are ones in other counties.
Right.
I think the biggest role is the parents need to recognize that it shouldn't be the role of a mentor to do this. It could be the parents' role. The parents can, I think that I was reading a book recently, and the parents can do things that don't cost money if they don't have the money to do it. They can take them out to the park. They can read them books, and that sort of, those sort of experiences really enrich the children's lives and can prevent them from going down the wrong path.
And without having to belong to an organization, can we, as parents, mentor? You know, become mentors.
Yeah, I think we definitely could. I mean, you just need to show them the right behaviors. You need to act appropriately around them and then sort of teach them what to do and what not to do. And that's something that anyone can do, whether or not they're a mentor or not. And the parents, the kids are going to look up to the parents no matter what. So whether the parents are doing good or bad things, the kids are going to recognize that and try to be like them.
And why are youth important to the advancement of our society?
Well, I think this is a little corny to say, but youth are our future. I mean, if you start young, I mean, I've sort of seen in my profession a little bit of, it feels like a decline. It feels like there's something going on with our youth, and if we get in there when they're young or even in their high school years and turn them around and show them that they don't have to repeat the same cycle of their past. You know?
Right.
If their parents started parents young, it's not like they have to have a child very early on. They can go off and do something bigger and better than that. And to give them those sort of hopes.
Give them options.
Yeah. So.
And in your experience, are there some things that perhaps you've seen that's really positive that you can share that?
Oh, of course. You know? I've got tons of stories. I've got 2 matches right now. One's been matched for 3 years. One's been matched for 6 years. I actually saw the girl when she was sick, or when she first started being matched, and when she was older. And they've just had such tremendous effects on the kids, and in ways that they didn't anticipate. I mean, one of the girls, her parents got divorced. She had to move in with a stepfather. Her mother got incarcerated. And the mentor's really been the only stable thing in her life for those last 3 years, and it's really been a big impact on her. I've read stories about people who've been matched for 30 years, you know. We don't want people to go in there thinking that they're going to be a lifelong friend, but sometimes it ends up being like that. There was a 16-year-old boy being matched with a 65-year-old man. So that's another thing. That you're never too old to mentor. If you think that you can't run around and play with a young kid, that's not true, because some of these kids just need someone to talk to.
And just to listen.
Yeah, the 65-year-old man ended up being the best man at his wedding, and he's now he's in his 90s, and they're still like, he's really a father figure to this boy, and obviously the boy's 30 years old now. But those sort of stories are really inspirational, to say that just getting in there, signing the papers, and saying, hey, I want to make a commitment to you 1 hour a week, can really turn someone's life around. And
you think perhaps maybe if we could Google maybe.
We have a website, and the National Big Brothers Big Sisters has a website. I think it's bbbsa.org, so Big Brothers Big Sisters of America.org, and you can search for your local agency if anything is around.
See if something's, or if a person can begin and can start.
We would love to. I think one of the biggest long-term goals of our organization is we'd really like to expand outside of Fayette County, because Union, Franklin, and Wayne, to my knowledge, don't have Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I get calls from parents all the time about wanting to enroll. So we definitely want to get that as widespread as possible.
And what can we do? I know we have just a few moments left, but what can we do with our children's lives that you suggest that can even diminish the need of a mentor, you know?
Well, I think the biggest thing is everyone taking a part in enhancing that child's life. The parents need to take an active role. Teachers need to realize that, you know, I know they're very busy people, but just to sort of sit down and talk to a kid sometimes can make a difference. And
can make a major difference.
And if they get help from church members or community members, if the kids feel like they've got someone to turn to if they've got a problem, then they wouldn't need a mentor. They'd have someone else to go to. And especially if there's no mentoring available in their town, just to sort of have somebody else that they could turn to.
And I even share myself with parents. When your children are really young, they may not talk about a lot that interests you, but to listen. You know, it might, I mean, you can give them a story about a dog and they'll say, but I've got a cat and my friend, and they'll wander off. They just want you to listen.
Yeah, they want to express themselves.
And I think what happens is a lot of times it's not so interesting at that age, but as they grow up, then you've got someone you love or someone you're attached to, and you want to get in on the conversation, but you never establish that relationship.
Yeah, I think a lot of parents early on too, they might sort of put down the talkativeness and expressing your opinions, and even if they're saying not very important things when they're younger, it does lead to the skills later on to be able to express themselves, be able to talk to you as a friend later on.
And to know you will listen. And to know you will listen and you're concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, we only have about a minute left, and we're enjoying the Big Brothers, Big Sisters concept and mentoring, and is there something you'd like to say in our close that we can remember?
Well, I mean, the last thing is that January is considered National Mentoring Month. It's been endorsed by Colin Powell. I think Barack Obama has stated something publicly about the need for mentoring. So if people want to step up, it's a big time for me to go and speak out about why we should get volunteers. We always need volunteers, and the more I publicize, the more kids come in, and occasionally volunteers come in, but it's definitely a big need. I've got about 55 or 60 kids on my wait list for volunteers.
Wow, 55.
And only about maybe 5 volunteers who are getting ready to be prepared for that.
Okay, so we see the need. It's a great need. And thank you so much, and you've been a wealth of knowledge for us.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Thank you.